Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds high-level meeting on oxygen supply and availability. Registration process for COVID vaccination to all above 18 years to start soon. Nagaland government resumes state-level war room on COVID-19 headed by Chief Secretary. An NBSE allows candidates tested positive for COVID-19 to reappear HSLC and HSSLC Examination 2021. As the number of COVID cases are on the rise again, we appeal our listeners not to lower the guard, follow all the precautions, and all those above 45 years to get vaccinated without any hesitation. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, focus on hand and face hygiene, and maintain a distance of 2 yards for social distancing. Now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a high-level meeting to review the oxygen supply across the country and discussed ways and means to boost its availability. The Prime Minister directed the officials to ensure that oxygen supply to various states happens in a smooth and unhindered manner. He spoke about the need to fix responsibility with the local administration in case of obstruction. He also asked ministries to explore various innovative ways to increase production and supply of oxygen. Modi stressed on the need to ensure faster transportation of oxygen to the states. The registration process for COVID vaccination to all above 18 years will start soon. All those eligible can register on CoWIN portal, cowin.gov.in. In a tweet, Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan asked people to be ready as the registration process will commence in the next few days for the 3rd phase of COVID vaccination, starting 1st of next month. In this phase, the vaccination will continue as before in Government of India vaccination centres, free of cost to the eligible population, including healthcare workers, frontline workers, and all people above 45 years of age. During this phase, vaccine manufacturers will supply 50% of the monthly released doses to central government, and they will be free to supply the remaining 50% doses to states as well as in the open market. Nagaland government has resumed a state-level war room on COVID-19. Chief Secretary and Chairperson of the State Executive Committee, Nagaland State Disaster Management Authority, J. Alam, will head the core committee of the state-level war room on COVID as chairman. Members include DGP T. John Lonkama, Principal Secretary Health and Family Welfare, A.S. Patia, Home Commissioner Abhijit Sinha, Commissioner Nagaland Rovilato Mo, Secretary of NSTMA, Home Luchalie Via, and Principal Director Health Dr. Givichusa Medikra, besides assistance from 15 officers of various departments. The state-level war room will ensure unity of command and control in the fight against COVID-19 in the state. The state-level control room for COVID-19 will function at the conference hall of the NSTMA, and the required logistical support for it will be made available by the Office of NSTMA. Nagaland Board of School Education (NBSE) has allowed candidates to reappear HSLC and HSSLC Examination 2021 who could not sit for the examination on being tested COVID-19 positive. The NBSE said it is a one-time measure to ensure that the candidates are not deprived of appearing the HSLC and HSLC examinations. In a notification, NBSE said students who had to go for COVID-19 testing and missed the examination but are in possession of COVID-19 negative report would also be allowed. It said a COVID-19 positive candidate on being tested negative again will be allowed to sit for the subjects which he or she could not appear earlier after producing a COVID-19 negative report duly certified by the State Medical Department. NBSE further informed that the examination dates and centre will be notified later. Further, no fees shall be realized for this category of students. However, such group of candidates should apply officially to the board stating the subjects they intend to appear along with a photocopy of their admit card. The application of the students should be duly forwarded by the respective centre superintendent of the examination centres of HSLC and HSSLC 2021. Applications for HSLC examination should be submitted within 28 April, while for HSSLC examination, the application should be submitted within 5th of May. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. Land Resources Department Nagaland signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Kohima Science College, KSC. The MOU was signed yesterday by LRT Director T. Renpen Lotha and the Principal Kohima Science College, Dr. Lili Sema. The MOU signed in 3 areas includes acquiring reagents and participate in undertaking water quality analysis of the springs through Chemistry Department to undertake hydrogeological studies or surveys in all the 12 districts of the state of the identified springs through the Geology Department, KSC, and also bring out the second edition of the spring inventory of the state. The partnership will be for a period of 1 year initially and would be further extended if necessary. This partnership will open opportunities for the academia to work with the implementers in real-time situations that would substantially enhance their field experiences, add value to their research works, and even increase future career prospects. It added that Kohima Science College can fit in as a very important channel between the research and the student community, as well as State Department, thereby bridging the gap between laboratory and land. Land Resources Department expressed a keen interest to collaborate with the college and take advantage of the vast pool of scientific resources, including student community, available at Kohima Science College at a mutually agreed-upon area of study that would immensely benefit both the organizations. COVID-19 cases continue to soar in Nagaland as many fresh positive cases are reported daily. Today, the state reported another 53 fresh COVID-19 cases, of which 41 cases were from Dimapur, 10 in Kohima, and 1 each from Beren and Pek. These new cases were detected from among the traced contacts, numbering to 36, while 12 cases were from returnees or travelers, and 5 from the armed forces or security personnel. In addition, the state registered 2 recoveries from Kohima, adding the recovered cases to 12,116. The total infections in the state stands at 12,800, while 385 are active cases. Till date, out of the total 94 deaths registered, 84 deaths were due to the infection, while 10 were non-COVID-related deaths. So far, 204 cases have migrated to other states. As COVID-19 positive cases rapidly surge in the state, Deputy Commissioners of Longlang, Mon and Beren have issued advisories for the districts as a precautionary measure to contain the spread of the virus. Longlang District Administration notified that returnees or travellers who produce negative report of COVID-19 test done not earlier than 3 days prior to the arrival in the district will be exempted from quarantine. It said returnees should carry either the soft or hard copy of the negative test report and produce it wherever asked by the competent authority. The DC further authorized all villages and ward authorities under the district to implement the said regulation for returnees coming to Longlang district from outside the state. In Beren, Deputy Commissioner Senti Wapang Aya has made wearing a face mask compulsory inside the DC office. It said public visitors will not be allowed entry inside the offices or branch without the use of face masks, besides following other COVID-appropriate behavior. SDO Civil Beren Headquarters will be the officer in charge for ensuring COVID-19 safety protocols. Meanwhile, Deputy Commissioner Mon notified that the assembly of 4 or more persons from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the urban areas of the district is strictly prohibited with immediate effect, and strict penalties will be imposed upon any defaulters. Deputy Commissioner Mon Tavasalanke has notified all passengers who have travelled from Dimapur to Mon on 19th of April by Blue Hill bus number NL070269 to self-report to these numbers: 9862 078993, 8787 645487. I repeat, 9862 078993, 8787 645487. The DC further requested passengers to observe COVID-19 appropriate behavior at home and to remain at home. And now 20 News, here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds high-level meeting on oxygen supply and availability. Registration process for COVID vaccination to all above 18 years to start soon. Nagaland government resumes state-level war room on COVID-19, headed by Chief Secretary. And NBSE allows candidates tested positive for COVID-19 to reappear HSLC and HSSLC Examination 2021. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.